Hey y'all, I'm going to be bringing you some major tips later on this afternoon. I'm going to show you what I do, like how I have my car set up. I've been patient. I've been waiting for somebody else to do it because I've been trying to partner with some other, advice givers, and nothing's come out, and this is some stuff you guys need to know. But in the meantime, let's talk about cherry picking. So, here's how cherry picking works. Basically, every hour on the hour for a week, you take a broad screenshot. And what you're going to do is you're going to look at those screenshots and see how often surges happen. So surges, boosts, and so on and so forth. And essentially what you're doing is you're cherry picking certain areas to be in at specific times in order to capitalize on your surge. And this is kind of common sense, but you'd be surprised how many people don't do it. And it was how I mapped where I should be at 7 o'clock in the morning, which is over in either Bryant or on the exact opposite side of Seattle. And then at 9 o'clock in the morning, for example, I need to be relative to downtown, but more in the Queen Anne area. This is how you plot it out. And then let's say the 2 a.m. bracket. If you don't know where the bar districts are, you'll know at 2 a.m. And it's going to be hit or miss. Let's face it. Until you know your city, then you got to get familiar with it. And those screenshots are going to help. But those screenshots are your mapping process. Now, keep in mind, you're going to have to compare the screenshots to when Uber and Lyft tell you about events that are coming up. Because you may see a huge surge in one place on, say, a Wednesday night. But it could also be right around a certain arena or a certain concert venue, and you don't want to be misled. So do that for about a week, and you should have a pretty strong baseline as to where you should drive. And if you feel it's not enough, do it for a second week. Okay, you're basically rolling the dice for a week, and afterwards you should have a pretty clear indication of where you should be. It's basic stuff. I'm going to give you some advanced stuff later on this afternoon, because as far as I know, I am the only person in Seattle that has both a hotspot and a tablet with Netflix running 24/7 in his car. And it's not that expensive, and the tips I get are utterly outstanding. Plus, there are a few other things that I do around my city that you should be doing too for tourists and for, certain types of fairs. So I'm going to fill you in a little bit later. It's about to hit that rush hour, so in fact, it might not even be today. It might be tomorrow or so. But stay tuned, subscribe. I'm going to bring you some gold.